Hello and welcome everybody. This is the Newell Overwatch 2 Winter Grand Finals, sponsored by Intel. I'm Elliot, also known as The Berg, and I'm with...
Ollie. You may know me as Ollie Verde. Wow, I'm just so excited for this fixture, Elliot.
This is a big one, this one. Obviously, we've got two teams that, one of which has been here before.
Agreed.
The other of which is sort of an underdog in this situation, but still an incredible team. And we're going to see which one comes out on top today.
I mean, it's certainly going to be a battle for the ages. I mean, there's two really strong sides here, and I think that both teams have something they can offer. Individual, like, players themselves have, you know, for example, I think, is it Ashura or Keydog? Really strong players. Andreas, sorry, not Ashura. Andreas, really strong Doomfist player, so yeah.
And obviously, in the current meta as well, Doomfist not really the strongest, but still can be played. I mean, if you're good enough at any character, you can play it.
Agreed.
Obviously, we're still in
Mauga meta.
The Mauga meta, yeah. So I assume we're going to see a lot of Mauga today.
But to be fair, it can be entertaining. As much as people hate it, it can be quite fun to play and also watch as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
So we're seeing on our screen now the picks and bans for the games today. Starting off on a control as usual, going straight to Busan, which is Warwick's pick. Then onto the next, Oxford's pick of the hybrid map, Midtown. Onto the push of Warwick's pick of Runasapi. And then obviously Oxford then get to pick their Flashpoint Mac, Savasa, and I'd let you carry on for the next couple.
Shambali Monastery, I mean, a very strong pick for Warwick there on the Escort. Ilios, again, a really good map selection, I think, for the control map. Oxford's choosing, and Watchpoint Gibraltar, the last map, if we get to it, Escort, and that's Warwick's pick.
So looking at these maps, obviously Busan is an older map, but then we've got a lot of the traditional Overwatch 2 classic maps, like they've just come out in Overwatch 2, which I'm actually quite surprised about. From the map pool, there was a lot of options that obviously the teams would have probably practiced more over the course of the game. But it's good to see new maps being played. And obviously, I'm a big fan of some of them.
Yep.
Busan being one of my favorite maps, and starting off on Busan is amazing to me. Like, it's a really fun map. Obviously, the new map in there today, Runasapi.
Yeah.
Probably not as practiced as some of the other maps, so it'll be interesting to see when we get to that point which team has maybe the experienced it more.
It's a very difficult map to play as well. I mean, there's a lot of off angles, and depending on how you position yourself, you can get peaked at like any time, absolutely lasered, and yeah, I mean, it's a very, very tough map selection for a lot of teams. It very much is,
yeah. And obviously, leaving up to Watchpoint Gibraltar as the last map, if we get to it, that's a very decisive map. If you're either really good at Watchpoint Gibraltar or really bad, there's no in between, really. Yeah. And obviously, with the Mauga meta, Watchpoint Gibraltar is the only map, really, that you have to switch it up for.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe only on last point, but that's really it. I mean, you can definitely start out on the Doomfist for Warwick on that map.
Very much true. And obviously, with the Doomfist being a prominent player on his team, we're going to look to him to make these engages and make them take the lead early on.
Agreed. I mean, Andreas, a very, very strong, also experienced player as well. And I believe we're going into game now.
Game 1 of Warwick Angels versus Oxford Omnics. We're going to see what the lineup is like for both teams shortly. And obviously our sponsor, click the banner below or type !Intel to visit the Amazon Intel Gaming Store.
Game without compromise.
And we're going to see here, starting off for Warwick Angels, the double sniper with a Junker Queen, Juno, Kiriko. And obviously for Oxford Omnics, we've got Tracer, Cassidy, the Juno and Brig are very common, but an Orisa coming out. Obviously a very strong pick against the Junker Queen. So we're going to see less impact from the Junker Queen here, but she can just walk past this.
Agreed. I mean, if she just gets onto that backline, it could be really, really dangerous, considering, you know, there's no counter to that, to a ultimate. I mean, Orisa walking through here, just kind of mow. Stun is used, Suzu is forced, but there we go. Rene will find T-Dog. Very good tracking and aiming there.
You're seeing that early engage didn't go the way that Warwick really intended it to. Obviously, going through the Juno speed, you really want to see this Junker Queen get into the backline instead of just sitting there in front of the Orisa.
Agreed.
It's a hard task to do, especially onto a Brig Juno who can get away from you.
The Ash just looking for off angles here. Will land a headshot onto the Cassidy. Orisa just walking through here, using cooldowns here. Will not turn around. Rene caught in open space. Will be found by Matt Murray on the Ash. Now the rest of Warwick just rolling forward here, trying to stick claim onto the point. And there we go, Matt Murray farming on point. The body shot onto Big Bog, and again, Matt Murray finding another sensational play by Matt Murray there.
It was incredible positioning. Obviously, the Orisa did get caught out in the open without too much of a help. Obviously, with Brig Juno, you kind of want to be close to them, and being pushed up that far wasn't the intended outcome of that. But you have to give it up to Matt Murray now with the ultimate Bob online. However, the ultimate charge for both teams very lopsided, with Oxford Omnics coming into this fight with 3. The Hyper does come out. Doesn't find anything, but the Juno does come up to keep him alive.
Meanwhile, Matt Murray does find Sergeant on the side of Oxford Omnics. Playing slow here is Rene, just trying to poke out Summit, but they need to engage and close down Matt Murray. He's got so much space. Orisa will use, not going to find much stun onto Juno, but there's so much healing from this Juno ultimate. The Rage is providing so much healing. No one is going to go down except for Oxford Omnics. Meanwhile, they did commit a lot to that fight. Brig Rally, Echo ultimate are used as well, and the Juno Ray. Only the Junker Queen ultimate online here for Warwick Angels.
Yeah, you have to admit, they did use a lot of ultimates, and I think if you're the Oxford Omnics here, you're kind of okay with losing that fight. They did commit 4 pretty impactful ultimates. Obviously, they still have the Junker Queen ult, and there's no Kiriko on the side of the Oxford Omnics, so it can be very impactful. The rally comes out here early just to pressure out the point. 74% on the side of Warwick Angels. The ultimate does come through for Junker Queen, hitting
does find the Brig. I mean, a very solid ult for Energy. I mean, or NH even. Apologies. Amazing play though. Like the Junker Queen, there's just no counter for her. The overhealth is there, but that just gets eliminated when you cannot be healed.
We are seeing a switch up from Oxford Omnics just to get touch point on. The Lucio does come out, but gets taken down by the Juno. The Soldier, nothing you can do there. And the first round of this first map goes to the Warwick Angels, and you have to admit they did feel more in control that round than Oxford Omnics, and it came from a place of using their ultimates more effectively and not committing too much going forward and waiting for their team to be there.
I think it also came down to space as well. They certainly had the greater amount of space. I mean, Matt Murray was uncontested. And I like what I'm seeing from the spawn room here. The Rhine symmetric composition.
I would rather a Junkie Queen than a Malga.
Agreed.
At least we haven't got a Malga yet. I want to see more from this Orisa, keeping on top of the Junker Queen and not just letting her walk onto the team like she has been doing. Obviously, it's hard to do when you've got a Cassidy in the side or an Ash in the sidelines picking off your team. I see a first engagement here.
I mean, Tracer just poking out as much as possible. Sergeant just trying to find that low HP target just to finish off. Javelin is used. Matt Murray falling a little bit low and will go down to Big Bug. Excellent pick off by Oxford Omnics. NH looking really low, will go down. The Junker Queen using that overhealth really early. Will fall.
It's an incredible first fight from the Oxford Omnics. Again, taking point first. The Oxford Omnics, they look strong coming out the gate, they just can't hold on
late game. Yeah.
We are seeing the Junker Queen now switch over onto the Orisa. This is going to be a very...
Both spins used, Orisa's everywhere. Echo will go down, Big Bog finding these picks again, amazing play on this Cassidy.
Which falls there.
Both Orisa cooldowns
used. We do see the Deadeye for Oxford coming out. This can be deadly as they're walking through this choke point with that engage over the top of the barrier. Closing down onto the bridge.
Again.
Keydog getting caught out of position there. Doesn't find the Juno. Close one, forcing him to back up.
Echo's really far in it, but will find the pick.
Gets two. Matt Murray finding Big Bog on the side.
The Juno ult is used to try and save this fight for Oxford Omnics. Rennie finding two there. Really solid play.
Stabilizing this fight. They need to go in on this break here as the Juno is keeping them alive. The Orisa Omnit from Rene comes out, doesn't find anyone. The Echo out of position, caught by the Orisa.
Will be killed. Rene really putting on a strong performance on this Orisa. Not letting Warwick Angels have a say in this game.
You can see the difference between the two Orisas here. NJ not probably the most confident on the Orisa.
Yeah.
Being forced into it because they had to. And they're not really picking off any sidelines. They're just bashing into the Orisa while Rene is killing off the sidelines, and that's not really what you want from your tank.
You can't let this Orisa just walk onto your supports, and that's the difficult thing about playing tank. Knowing when to commit and knowing when to just hold off. But the Juno Ray is used. They will find picks here for
Big Pulse bombing.
Warwick Angels. Oh,
doesn't find anything.
Really good Juno Ray there from Shubi.
I want to see this Tracer actually use Pulse Bomb. He's been holding it since Fight 1. And it comes back so quickly. You want to stick it onto a Brig or the Juno. And take them out of the fight. Early on the High
Noon used. But me want to spin will get directly in his face. Will not find much, but the Brig Rally is used. NJ caught out. And now they have the advantage here, Oxford Omnics. They just need to push forward. Good body shot. Matt Murray caught out in open space. They need to try and finish him off. There he is. He does go down. Both supports still alive for Warwick Angels, but they will back up and concede the space. Meanwhile, they're just holding out on this far side. There it is. Sergeant does find the pulse bomb onto Keydog. Meanwhile, Finn cleaning up on the Juno. Both Juno's performing really strongly here, utilizing their kit.
That Juno Space Beam is definitely a game changer. Coming out early, just giving the Juno the damage to just do what she wants. And it is so hard to kill people through it. We're going to see here the Warwick Angels having to force through the Orisa.
Will find Matt Murray.
No time to get the point. And that round is going to go to the Oxford Omnics. 1-1 in this half.
A very entertaining second round there. I mean, Oxford Omnics, where have they pulled that from? They really struggled in the first round. They've just pulled it back.
That map does suit their comp way more than these other two maps. Obviously, the Orisa just being able to sit in front of a doorway and just spin to win is an amazing strategy. And we are going to see a Wrecking Ball come out from Rene here into the Junker Queen. And I think NJ probably forced onto the Orisa last time and not as confident in it. Not much of a change up DPS and support wise. It's pretty much just a battle of the tanks at the moment. As a Tracer comes out here for the side of Oxford on this, and I want to see a Pulse Bomb this round.
Yes, we are seeing the ball. I think this is mainly to contest that high ground. Trying to maybe find that Ash. It's really low. Rene, given the space, where is the support for Matt Murray there?
Juno goes down as well.
Rene finding so much value out of this ball, just going around bonking low HP targets.
I do have to question where the support for Warwick Angels was then, as even Juno was left on 1 HP in the middle of nowhere.
I do think that does come down to spacing and just general awareness. Was anyone tracking the ball? Were they calling out that they were low?
You can see a slam come in here onto the
nice pile driver. Does force Keydog really low. Excellent dive. Matt Murray really low again, but will receive the Juno healing.
Slam comes through. The Juno manages to get up there with them. This ball just pestering this backline, forcing the Ashe and Juno to basically be out of the fight, while the Junker Queen is left to fend for herself against 4 players.
I mean, Sergeant, like, whenever Rene goes in and makes space, Sergeant is always there just cleaning up in the backline, which is exactly what you want your Tracer to be doing. The minefield coming up now for Rene. How is he going to use it? Just probably looking, just being a little bit patient.
This is more what I like to see from Warwick. They're grouped up a little bit more. Both the supports are together. They can't be picked off. The Torb pick now just to be able to stay alive. Yes, does find a headshot onto the Tracer, but not enough damage to quite kill them as they're getting close to the point.
Big Bog again, finding the crucial picks on this hit scan. Unlucky with the pulse bomb. Andreas, though, does find Big Bog. The Torbjorn pick could be coming in clutch.
Do you know what does come out to just keep Oxford Omnics on the point? However, you see a Warwick Angel's ult charged.
73% coming on. Rene still finding. Oh, what a shot by Energy. And Shuvi will clean up on point. It's just the ball that's probably going to try and stall for as long as they can.
Won't be able to stall for long. And you have to say, so far, Warwick Angels in this map now finally finding their footing on the point, and 87% for the side of Oxford Omnics, not being able to get much in that fight. But if you look at the ult charts, Warwick Angels coming up to basically every ult they have. Very strong position to be holding this point. They do have to hold it for a while, so you want to stagger those ultimates coming in. We'll probably see a Junker Queen ult coming out first, and the rally just to back it up, depending on how much damage comes through.
I'm thinking
the cleanse comes out.
Oh, what a massive Queen ult. As a tank main, that brings me absolute pleasure. Make it 4 for Energy. Excellent play on this Junker Queen.
And that cleanse came out, giving him the signal to, all right, if you're going to use cleanse that early, I'm going in. I don't really know why the Kiriko did use cleanse. There wasn't any negative effect to...
Probably the dynamite from the Ashe could have forced it out.
Maybe the dynamite, but I feel like you need to be ult tracking that Junker Queen.
Good pile driver is used in there, but the Kisona Rush and Torb Multicore used, dealing so much damage. The bomb won't live.
You see Oxford Angels did actually commit 3 ultimates to that as well. So the Warwick Angels committing 3 as well, 4 in fact, kind of evens out. Now the only ultimates on the side of anyone in the game coming up is the High Noon, and Juno is fairly close to the side of Oxford Omnics with 62%.
They have to get value at this High Noon, whether it be a single pick onto a Juno or just even a pick onto the enemy tank. It has to be used.
Roll comes through here from Rene, just trying to get to point. The slam comes through. The speed boost from Juno coming in. The High Noon doesn't find anyone but gets low enough.
And Sergeant does find the picks. 2 down for the side of Warwick Angels. Meanwhile, this Junker Queen is still alive on point, maintaining her self-healing. This absolute juggernaut of a tank has not been contested thus far.
They didn't actually flip point.
They didn't flip point, but Oxford Omnics
99%
ticking away.
6.
Big Bog will find Energy.
Oxford Omnics Juno ult comes out, trying to get that damage boost to clean up these players. Warwick Angels having nothing left, and
that will be it.
Map 1 goes to Oxford Omnics this time, and you have to say it was a very close game.
Yeah.
But you have to give credit where credit's due.
A phenomenal absolutely phenomenal performance. I mean, this play of the game by Energy, I mean, it was truly spectacular, but
we can see here it was the dynamite that was cleansed, but when there's a Junker Queen in your face like that, you have to hold it.
Excellent play. I mean, wow. What a game. Wow, what a performance so far from Oxford Omnics.
And we said before the game this wasn't going to be easy, but one team did have the advantage, and Oxford Omnics proving us wrong in this first map.
I mean, the underdogs, they've got, you know, the pressure is on Warwick Angels to perform, but Oxford Omnics are just going to go, hey, we're just going to play our game, we're just going to play the best we can, and that's it.
It is a best of 7, so we have plenty of time to see to make a comeback for the side of Warwick Angels, but we will see some replays from that last game now.
I mean, the Orisa play from Rene was just so strong. But I love this flank from Matt Murray. I called it. He gets so much space. No one was just contesting him. I think kills 4 in this fight, if I'm not mistaken. Just overall solid play on this Ashe.
And this Junker Queen was just so strong. Obviously not being able to take the entire map, but the times where she was left to do her own thing was so dangerous for the side of Oxford. But this Wrecking Ball works so incredibly well to just clear up this point super early and create so much pressure on to the backline of the Warwick Angels, and it allowed them to get so much percentage early in the game that later in they didn't need to make too much of a comeback. And there's that play of the game again.
There it is.
See it over and over. That's a highlight reel play, that one.
Absolutely. I mean, it was just magnificent. I mean, this mine was also really good. Manages to isolate the Torb and does find them.
And yet again, another amazing. That Junker Queen ultimates are just insane. So, going into this next map, what are we expecting from these teams?
Well, we've seen all the picks. I mean, Midtown, it depends. I think you can certainly play that a dive offensive kind of, you know, very quick, pacey dive. But then you can also play that slow poke and just control space.
It's a very... There's a lot of points on attack where you can get stuck in the defense. It can feel like you're not making much progress because there's very like choke point heavy locations on Midtown, and it'll be interesting to see if we're going to see much of a switch up in the like the scene of what the players are playing. I expect we won't see too much of a dive comp from Oxford. They don't seem very committed other than the ball.
Yeah,
I have to give him credit. I would think on defense we will see a Orisa. We're going into gameplay here, so I'll see if I'm proven right. Oxford Omnix starting on the side of the defense, I believe.
We will see the heroes chosen.
And click the banner below or type !Intel to visit the Amazon Intel Gaming Store.
Game without compromise.
And these players aren't compromising in this one as the Doomfist comes out for Warwick Angels. You said before to me that this is a one-trick pony type of pick for Andreas, and they lost that first map, so he's like, I'm not playing any of this meta stuff. I'm gonna go back to my roots.
I mean, it could be huge on this map as well, considering how far they're pushed up. Oxford Omnix, there could be space for this Doom to get some tech over the game and just suddenly just launch over and just find that off angle and slam into the team.
We will see here the Doomfist taking the left side. Again, the Orisa for Oxford Omnix, a bit of a comfort pick, but it's very good on this map. Against the Doomfist especially, that Javelin can just interrupt everything that Doomfist wants to do if you hit it enough. Tracer versus Tracer here.
NJ falling really low. Oh, clean from Sargent, winning the Tracer 1v1. Rene does find Matt Murray again. I mean, Oxford Omnix, do not underestimate them. They might be the underdogs, but they're here to play.
This Juno is so aggressive. Finn taking him out, and Oxford Omnix cleaning up this fight here. Not really much you can do on the side of Warwick Angels when they're in such a cluster like this. With Juno and Brig, it's so hard to kill either of them when they're next to each other because the healing output is insane, and the Juno has so many different ways to escape. You're not killing a Brig quickly.
Oh,
so Juno's the one you want to aim for, and this Tracer being poked out here. Side of
very low, tries to look for the clip, but Big Bog will find Matt Murray. Excellent. I mean, how consistent has this Cassidy been? I mean, it's been really strong thus far. Warwick Angels getting some space on point. The Curie falling really low for Keydog. Will be found by Big Bog again. Stun used by the Orisa. Big Bog cleaning up once more.
What I've noticed so far in this game and kind of the last game, the Warwick Angels, obviously on the Doomfist and Tracer now, they're diving into the backline, only really finding a Tracer.
Yeah, not finding much value from anyone else.
In that meantime, it gives Oxford the space to push up onto the Juno and the Kiriko that can't really follow too heavily. And the Cassidy for Warwick is just falling because there's no one there to protect him against an Orisa that's walking up into his face.
I mean, nearly 5 ults coming along for Oxford. Meanwhile, Energy will find Berry. The ults are used on both sides. The Juno Ray used, I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to find much. The Cassidy ult used both sides. Oh, sorry, only on the side of Warwick Angels. And they will take space here, Warwick Angels, and they will find that point, that first objective. I mean, they did commit a couple of ults there, but I feel they had to.
We did see the Pulse Bomb come out early. He is 54% already back. The Deadeye did come out as well as the Kiriko Gutsune Rush. Oxford Omnics only committing the Juno ult, however.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see a couple ults come out from the side of Oxford here.
Empowered Doomfist.
I think Warwick does have the power of having the better ults. The Doomfist ult is a little bit better than the Orisa one. It's a bit readable, easy to get out of, as Andreas does pick up one onto the...
There we go, in the back line. Oh, Andreas, an absolute demon on this hero. Will find 3 in that fight. Empowered punch into the ult, followed up by another empowered punch. Insane.
And this is the power of that Doomfist. Now the map's opened up a little bit, he can move around, and he's not confined to having to get onto point. He has this range to set up plays, and the Orisa ult does come out here with the Juno.
Not gonna find much, but will empower the Doomfist. Matt Murray cleaning up. Big Bog does find Keydog in the meantime. It is a 4v4. Big Bog just trying to find someone. Not going to find much. Can he kill Andreas here? Oh, he does with a stun, and Rene cleaning up, finding 2. And Sargent cleaning up once more will find the kill onto Energy. I mean, strong performance from Oxford, not letting Warwick Angels storm through second point. Will hold out.
If you're Warwick Angels here, kind of in a desperate situation with the cart under the point. Under this bridge, it's hard to, you either commit to going on top, or it forces the Oxford players to come out and then you have to go under to push the car, or you commit one player to push it and you're basically fighting a 4v5.
I mean, you can't let this cast be uncontested though. Like a punch there, that goes a long way. Will shield the High Noon. Does nearly find Brig. Oh, what a Juno ult to basically heal that Brig to full now. Big Bog cleaning up, will find the Matt Murray on Warwick Angels. Rene just staying on point, just being an absolute monster, just not able to take damage with being on this Orisa.
Look at this cart progress though.
Energy will find Sargent in the Tracer duel. Andreas still alive, just trying to find that target. Shuvi does find Finn, however, with the torpedoes. Certainly. Oh, but what a javelin from Rene! Shutting down the Tracer is an absolute brawl on this second point. Oxford Omnics not letting Warwick have any space whatsoever. The Brig Rally is used.
The fight's still going. Matt Murray finds Big Dog. Doomfist is still alive.
So is this Orisa. She's so tanky. Meanwhile, Rene does find Andreas. Rene eats the pulse bomb. The pulse bomb. Sensational play from Rene, not letting Warwick Angels do anything on this second point. Will not give it up. Oxford Omnics holding on.
If you're
50 seconds left.
If you're Warwick Angels, in my opinion, you should have backed up. Instead of continuing to fight there where Oxford Omnics have the spawn advantage, you should have backed up. You have the bridge now. Keep that bridge control. You only need to push it a few meters, so you just win a team fight. Now we're going to see Warwick Angels go onto a Genji, which is a strange choice in this card, but it could get onto that Cassidy and onto the backline a little bit better. Cassidy with the ultimate coming out.
High Noon used, won't find much. Oh, nobody will find Big Bog. How was he caught out? Sargent following up, finding Keydog. And Big Bog again on this Cassidy. Are we watching Pine right now? What am I witnessing? The guy is a monster.
The Oxford Pine.
The Oxford Pine indeed. I mean, Andreas, can he touch point? Yes, he can.
He won't be alive for much longer though. Juno does get back. But without the Doomfist there, it's just a matter of time. The Lucio just trying to stall out point.
Rene cleaning up, does find Keydog with the headshot. with the Juno ult used, there's just so much damage and no time for Warwick Angels to contest.
And Oxford, again, a very, very strong performance in this first round.
I'm blown away. The underdogs are... They've almost swapped roles almost. Like,
and I have to say, this Orisa is incredible at hitting those javelins onto the Doomfist, and that is what's causing him so much strife. He can't get into the back line. He can't get onto the Junos, the Cassidy. And obviously Cassidy also has a Hinder nade that stops everything you're going to do.
It's a very hard comp for the Doomfist to play on. I mean, trying to get value into that comp is very, very difficult. I mean, what are they going to roll out on defense here? Because obviously Andreas, you know, Doom player at heart.
He
will start on the Doom, okay.
And we're not going to see any switch up from the Oxonics. Obviously, we're starting on the Genji for Warwick Angels again. Saw it a little bit at the end there, didn't get to see much. Hopefully he can dive on with that Doomfist. A little bit better. It's not as good as, say, a Tracer or a Sombra. But you do have more versatility. You can help your backline a little bit better.
I mean, if you're on the side of Oxford Omnics, why would you change? Like, this comp plays into you fairly well, and if it worked the first round, why not try it again?
This Orisa is so tanky with Juno and Brig by her side, and obviously Big Bog just absolutely stunning us today with just the ability to hit these headshots consistently onto Matt Murray and Shuvi, and obviously the Brig as well.
They will find early space on the left side of the map here. NJ looking really low, but will be chased by the Tracer. 1 HP. How is he not dead? He's 1 HP. Will be healed up to full. Andreas just trying to heal up back to full so they can engage again.
The pressure to just push Warwick Angels off point like this, they can't stand there and combat against the amount of damage that Oxford are coming out with.
Andreas will find Rene. I mean, potentially winnable here for Warwick Angels, and yes, they will win that fight. Matt Murray find the pick. Meanwhile, NJ does go down to Finn. Solid play.
We're looking at ultimate charges here. Obviously, the Tracer is always going to have a higher ult charge than anyone else, but Rene only having 34%, same with Berry, as they went down early into the fight. So you have to say Warwick Angels have the advantage here with the ult charge, and
I mean, they're just creating this kill box, if you know what I mean. Like, every time that Oxford just push up, they've got so many like gaps in between. But however, Big Bog will find Andreas once again. Rene cleaning up, finding 2 in the meantime. I mean, what happened there? They just walked through and just sprayed.
So I think which Sergeant, the Tracer player, was capping point that entire time, and it was causing this separation as some of the Warwick players with attention was drawn one way.
Yeah.
And the push from Rene was coming from another. So they got separated in that fight and their attention wasn't on one thing. And it just caused this separation from their backline. They didn't really know how to respond to it.
The engage from the Doom is used. Meanwhile, the Juno is used as well. Both Junos using them, but I believe Warwick Angels will get more value out of theirs as they will kill 5. I mean, that's a clean fight for Warwick Angels. 1 ult used, and they win it.
So we're going to see in this next fight coming up, obviously, both teams have basically all their ults other than Juno.
Yeah.
I don't know how much value the blade from Warwick Angels.
It is a dry blade, but it will find one. But will be shut down with the cast done. Meanwhile, Shuvi, excellent with these torpedoes, finding the opposing Juno Finn. Empowered Doomfist punch here for Andreas. He's probably just going to look to set up.
But we did see the Genji now has been switched out to the Tracer after that blade. G using it and getting out of it. He did manage to get 1 from it.
Brig rally used early, and
both teams rally.
Massive renal.
The stick takes down the Brig.
It's Sergeant just finding that important pulse. The Brig was rallying. That was an important stick to make. Meanwhile, NJ still alive.
1v1 for the Tracers.
1v1 Tracer.
Health pack.
Does get the health pack.
Lethal goes through.
Oh, we'll get the clip. NJ clean in the Tracer 1v1. Sergeant will go down, but will be shut down by Finn. Finn taking no nonsense there. Now, Rene just pushing point. I mean, 3 minutes on the board for Oxford Omnics to push it only a little bit so far.
You're going to see the Oxford Omnics now backing up slightly to take this high ground. Now they've pushed it past that underneath part, they can take this high ground and it's a little bit more comfortable for them. I think you're fairly, if you're on the side of Oxford here, comfortable with taking a slow fight, building up some ult charge, because you only need one team fight to win the game.
Rene finding that spear and the follow-up on the Juno onto NJ. But there it is, the early Juno ultimate will find, I believe, 2 kills there, thanks to it, the damage, and there we go.
So we did see there, like I said, them taking that high ground again just gave them so many different options to move on to taking that final fight, and they caught out Warwick super easily. Obviously, he brought out the dog. The dog was brought out into this fight as he just took so many fights and won so many of his engagements.
It's insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, I can't describe it. I mean, Big Bog on that Cassidy is so dangerous. And yeah, let's take a look at the replays.
We are going to see some replays, and I expect Big Bog to have a few in here. So we are going to see a Tracer one. That first pick of the game onto that Tracer there. This Orisa stun onto the Doomfist is a direct counter to him.
It's
and
huge.
He can't do much about it. He gets stunned there and he has nothing to get out. Oh, he did find 4 in this fight, and it was an incredible dive. But there's Big Bog taking him out.
It's just the cast stun into the Orisa Javelin is just so strong.
You're stuck there for so long that there's not really much you can do as a Doomfist, and this is the final fight of the game, though. No, this was the defense side for...
oh, what a high noon. The Brig Shield unable to get there. Oh, how unfortunate.
Big Bog just so confident in taking these long-range engagements on the cast, because as much as they do have a dive comp, he has that hinder stun, and if a Genji, Tracer, or Doomfist get on top of it, it's a button press, and then his team are there to back him up.
Just excellent play all around there, I think. Just general solid play from Oxford Omnics, showing why they deserve to be in this grand finals.
And this underdog story, we were talking before this, Warwick have been here so many times, won this so many times, and Oxford are saying, nah, your reign is done, it's our time.
I mean, I'm just so staggered by how well they played, and Omnics, I mean, like, they've just put Warwick Angels under so much pressure now that Warwick Angels have to perform. They have to perform.
And we'll be heading into a break shortly, so don't go anywhere. We will be back soon for more of this incredible series.
All I ever wanted was to make it through. Tell me, how about you? How about you? So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? thinking of me, but you're just lonely. Tell me I'm special, but to you I'm anybody. 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 Anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. But to you I'm anybody. Anybody. But to you. But to you.
To you, I'm anybody. To you, I'm anybody. To you, I'm anybody. Anybody. To you, I'm anybody. To you, I'm anybody. To you, I'm anybody. Anybody.
To you. To you.
Hello and welcome back, guys. It's again the first two games of the University Esport Winter Finals have been completed, and we have seen some amazing gameplay from everyone involved.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all the players have performed well. They've really performed well. But I must say, Oxford, I've just took us by surprise.
It took us by surprise. The underdog story that they're painting so far in this series has been incredible, and we will be going into a game shortly. Match 3, 2-0 to Oxford Omnics, and it's a push map on the newest map introduced in Overwatch 2, and this is a Warwick pick. So this is a map that you want to see Warwick win. They need this one to come back. If you drop to 3-0 in a series, you're in a very dangerous position going into Oxford's final pick.
Now it is Runa Sapi. That is Warwick's pick. So they do have the advantage going into this next map. So hopefully they can utilize it and improve.
Realistically, if you're Warwick, you need this round.
Yeah.
You need this map. And a push is a very back and forward game mode. You can either stomp it or instantly just it's a back and forward. So Warwick Angels, I want to see what they come out on. Is it going to be the Doomfist again? Push on push, not as bad of an option. Warwick Angels starting on the Orisa, Oxford Angels on the Doomfist, like we thought. Not much of a switch up from DPS lineups and supports. It's just a story of these tanks. And remember, guys, click the banner below or type !Intel to visit the Amazon Intel gaming store.
Game without compromise.
We will head out here. The Juno Circle's obviously using to get an early speed boost. I think the Warwick Angels will get onto point first with that Doomfist and Tracer. But once those Oxford Omnics get stuck into that point with that Orisa, it's going to be incredibly hard to peel her off it. These Tracers just peppering each other from the sideline, not really getting much from it.
That's the thing with Tracer. If she wins a duel, then that's the most important thing. Shuvi, however, does find Sergeant. Meanwhile, Big Box does trade. It's trades across the ball here. Rene finding Shuvi. Big Box going down to Matt Murray. This Brigitte are trying to keep Rene alive, but not able to. Andreas cleaning up. Matt Murray does clean up once more, finding
First
Finn.
round going to this first fight going to Warwick Angels, and that's what we need to see from them. Is Divecom will work on the push map. There was a lot of trading going in on there. And obviously with the Tracer falling first from Oxford Omnics, it frees up your backline to be a little bit more aggressive so they don't have to worry as much.
See, the thing is, this Tracer has to be marking NJ, because NJ is just, they're utilising the off angles on this map. There are so many angles that you can utilise.
Ooh, that Hinder nade coming out just to drop that Doom block.
High Noon used, but won't find much. Matt Murray in no man's land. Will receive healing though. Will be stunned and will go down to Rene. Very, very close there. Matt Murray almost able to get something from that.
Obviously, Rene doing a very good job to catch that Hinder nade. It could have stopped that entire fight from happening. We're going to see this in between these points is very hard to push out of. That high ground is so important to fighting on this part of the map. And the robot being now pushed back from Oxford Omnics. Not able to get much out of that first push from Archangels, but it's progress.
Rene on the prowl, does have the ultimate available. Will try and find that Juno. Juno really low. Will be healed up to full thanks to the Brig rally. Now, over health on the side of Warwick Angels.
Pulse bomb.
Pulse bomb looking to try and find something. Can Sergeant find something? Oh, unable to find a stick onto the Orton Doomfist. Did have a small window there. Now, Warwick Angels are they're playing slow, just trying to look for someone to go on. Pulse bomb used, not going to find much from Sergeant.
If you look at the ultimates here, the stick comes out.
The stick does so much damage. I thought it would kill from the get-go, but it did not. But the follow-up was there from the entire team. Energy managing to find 2 in that fight. However, I think it's important to notice the ultimates.
The ultimates are there for the side of Oxford Omnics. Obviously, the Pulse coming out and the Doomfist and Rally for the side of Warwick Angels, but they do still have the Juno ult. The Juno ult can change a fight depending on when it's used. Both support up for Oxford Omnics and obviously Big Box High Noon.
Both Juno Rays used. The torpedoes. Finn will find Keydog. It's a 4v4 as it stands. Sergeant finding Andreas. This Arisa just trying to live on point. Probably not going to push much further than that. As it's Energy, someone needs to shut them down. There's just being an absolute nuisance. Energy's still alive though, just managing to poke in the background.
It's stalling out this point so they can't push it back, and it gives time for Andreas to respawn and get back to point. They will probably push it around the corner. It'll get close to being at the same distance, but this Doomfist will stop that from happening most likely.
Absolutely, I doubt Andreas would give up space, especially given the game circumstances.
Oh, he's getting close though, 46 meters, only needs 52. The Tracer comes in here to block it. She does
Good
get
contest.
in. Castiel just separating from the point.
You're not going to find much. Big Bog does find Energy. How is this Arisa alive? The ultimate use will be a fantastic Arisa ultimate. Rene finding Matt Murray. Big Bug cleaning up alongside Finn.
That Arisa stood out in the open in front of the Cassidy ult and
tanked it.
Tanking it and not falling. You have to give a hands down to the Brig and the Juno for the side of Oxford Omnics to keep running up through so much pressure.
I would love to know the healing stats of both support duos at the end of the game, because they've been fighting so hard to keep their respective tanks alive.
We will see a switch to a Farah here, which is interesting from the side of Warwick Angels. You're going into a Cassidy who has been shown to hit shots, and the new Farah changes means that you can stay in the air for longer, yes, but you need to play a little bit more around the cover.
Yeah. Juno Ray used, Rally also used as well. Keto will find Berry, just trying to shield off the opposing High Noon. Sergeant will find Matt Murray. Sergeant finding 2 now. Sergeant on fire. Meanwhile, Andreas would just try and draw the point out.
Almost finding the Tracer there.
Almost finding the Tracer indeed. Rene just able just to find that kill on Keydog.
This is the thing about Doomfist. He has so many different ways to get out and in of a fight, but he's going to get stunned here. Does get out though. Onto a Genji pick again. Energy just switching up a lot, not being able to build many ultimates on these picks, and I'm not 100% sure the Genji is the correct choice in this situation.
However, it does find 2 kills. Matt Murray cleaning up as well with the 2 kills. Keydog finding that nemesis, the Tracer. I mean, for Warwick Angels here, they just need to just win the next fight. If they keep winning that second fight, they'll be okay, because they need to claw back the distance now.
Still 3 minutes 30 on the clock. Plenty of time here, but you cannot give Oxford Omnics another big push, because they'll get it back to your spawn room and hold you there. You don't need to push it to the end of the map. You just need to wear down that time. If you're on something like the Orisa here, you can just sit there. Sit there and poke. You don't need to go in.
Exactly what she's doing now. Falling awfully low. Someone needs to follow up on that, and there it is, Shubi. Excellent play. Meanwhile, Finn still alive, finding the torpedoes. However, it will be to no avail, and
another
Warwick Angels.
fight by Warwick Angels here. They're starting to, they're rallying back. We do see the blade up for the side of Warwick Angels, and the rally will be there shortly. On the side of Oxford Omnics, though, you have Rally, you have the Juno ult, you have Pulse Bomb, you have the Orisa.
And they're 20% ult charge away from that Cassidy. I mean, oh, they're going to have to play this really well, Warwick Angels. They need to force out Warwick.
Comes out, and the Rally.
Oxford's ultimates. And Andreas does find Big Bug. But the blade used, the dry blade managed to find Berry through that enormous amount of healing.
And even though Oxford Omnics committed three ults to there, they still fall behind in that fight. Just that blade picking up, I believe, 1 or 2. That Rally did come out as well, just to keep him up in that fight. And that Doomfist in such a confined space can just hit your entire team with an empowered punch.
I mean, for Warwick Angels, they've locked in. They have locked in. They are here to stay in this competition. They are here to win. The Titans of UK University Esports. There they are, and once more finding and diving into the backline, finding Big Bug in the process. Meanwhile, Sargent will get the opposing cast.
Wait, the Orisa is off point.
What, 19 HP manages
off
to
point.
win, Matt Murray. But will go down, Andreas.
There's one player on the point.
But NJ just uncontested because his support's not being able to deal the damage they need to. The high noon used.
Just to space him out. Plenty of space to hide around. This Genji hiding behind the point here. Wasted ultimate. Just playing time. They need 3 meters. Oxford need 3 meters to, and that's all it is. It's over. Warwick Angels, 1 minute on the clock. The high noon does come out. Warwick Angels take out 3.
They're pulling it back. All they need to do is just get it over the finish line. With 59 seconds counting down, they need to get it.
Lead. This is a dangerous situation for Oxford Omnics to be in. With 50 seconds left, you have to win probably 2 or 3 team fights to win this game.
I mean, it's now or never for Oxford Omnics if they want to secure that 3-0 lead.
Look at the ult charge for the side of Warwick Angels compared to Oxford Omnics. They have Blade, they have the Doomfist, they have the Rally coming up and the Juno ult. You can commit everything to this last team fight. And if it goes your way, even if it doesn't go your way, you still have plenty of time.
The Orisa does manage to find loads, but will go down. There's so much healing on the side of Warwick Angels. However, the blade is there. NJ,
he picks up 3.
4. Oh my goodness.
And that they're not going to push the point. Oh, they will push the point. That's a strange decision, as it's going to push it closer to the side of Oxford Omnics, giving them a chance back in. 2 seconds left, they do get onto point.
They will back out, giving Oxford Omnics a chance to potentially claw it back. But what a blade from NJ there. That was a recreation of one of my favorite Hacksaw blades, honest to God. Absolutely sensational play.
You see here, Doomfist going up for a punch. Rally still available. Comes out, the Juno ult does come out to battle this.
Massive
and this is a coin flip fight here as the Juno finds, Matt Murray finds 2.
Oh my goodness, it's sensational play from Warwick Angels, but Oxford Omnics trying to stay alive, and that will be it. Warwick Angels clawing it back, 2-1.
And I will have to wear my heart on my sleeve. I apologize for flaming the Genji pick. NJ proving me wrong as he gets play of the game, and this will be that 4K blade. An incredible switch up. The comeback was insane from Warwick Angels, being able to just claw those ultimates back and winning fight after fight after fight. Like Oxford, I think Oxford got complacent in that fight and just thought they had won it.
I mean, wow. What a series we have on our hands here, because Warwick Angels, we thought, oh, maybe they're not cooking. They're not on the ball. They're really far behind, but they've clawed it back.
We will be able to see some replays shortly of that game. And out of all the games we've seen, this one has had its highlight moments. Obviously, Big Bog picking up a
what
few.
a kill.
Energy, absolutely incredible on these dive characters, going in with his Doomfist.
I mean, just overall, the dive has been spectacular.
And it was, like I said at the start of the game, it was a map that Warwick had to win.
Yeah.
It was their choice. If they had lost, it would have taken them to a match point.
Yeah.
So it was an insane comeback from Warwick to be able to come there. And like, we're going to see here, this fight was the flip. A lot of ultimates from both teams used, and the Doomfist just picking up so many kills.
Oh, that is such a bizarre 1v1 for Rene there. Caught out in no man's land. But credit where credit is due. Warwick Angels performed to the max. What a blade. What a swipe as well. Did you see that from the recall? Amazing. Just excellent play overall. Warwick Angels proving why they are truly the titans of University Esports.
And that could be a bit of a mental break from Oxford. Look, you won the first 2 points. It was a bit of a scrappy one, but you feel comfortable in that. You won 2. You go into that one. You've got the lead for so long. And then Warwick, bring it back out of nowhere. And now you have to go into this next map going, okay, we've lost that one. What do we change? And we will see this next map shortly.
Suravasa.
Suravasa, obviously, Flashpoint.
I mean, I think we can see some Malga from this map.
We can, but the Doomfist is actually okay as well.
True.
A lot, because the maps change so often and the points are so quick, that Doomfist being able to get from point to point and move around and use those little, those rooftops to be able to jump over. I do believe we will see. I don't see any change up from these teams.
Yeah.
We'll see what we've seen over and over again, and it's worked for both teams now.
I mean, they've stuck to their roots across the 3 games. It's worked well more for Oxford, but in that last map, it worked. And I believe we are going into game now.
We will see if we are right and see if they're going to stick to their roots and what they're used to playing as we get into this 4th game of the University Esports Winter Finals, sponsored by Intel. Click the banner below or type !Intel to visit the Amazon Intel Gaming Store.
And don't forget to game without compromise.
We will see here, not much of a switch up. The TP is probably coming out from the Symmetra. We won't see him stay on that most likely. We'll probably switch straight to the Tracer, I'd assume. Again, the same sort of lineup from both teams. The Orisa being played again, and I did flame it at the start, but those 2 games they won at the start, I'll put my hands up. Very well played on their part as Tracer takes this outside and trying to find the Genji in the back instead of the Tracer. Being confident enough after that last game to come out of the gates on the Genji.
I mean, it certainly is a mental boost for Warwick Angels. They've got the momentum now. Now it's down to Oxford Omnics to just compose themselves, just stick to what they've been doing, which has been working, and they just need to keep playing the way they've been playing because they have been playing really well. And Big Bog, there it is, finding Energy, not giving them any room on that Genji, shutting down the entirety of Warwick Angels. Shuvi getting a lucky pick there onto Sergeant, but that will be it. First fight goes to Oxford Omnics.
And there's a saying in sports where it's you're most vulnerable when you're winning. Oxford Omnics were last game, but now they're coming back, and this first fight has gone incredibly well. If you look at the ult charge for both teams, the Tracer for Energy will be losing that ult charge he gained on the Genji. So the advantage DPS-wise with Big Bog and Sergeant coming up with their ults very quickly. Obviously Finn, 94%. The Brig doesn't build ult very quickly, but when they do, it's impactful.
Indeed. I mean, the Arisa just holding this door. This right side door, no one can walk through. The Juno Ray is used. Andreas does find enough overhealth to stay alive. It's awfully low.
Well, the pulse was missed there onto the Doomfist as he uses his ult to get away, but 1 for 1 just for the sake of getting, making himself alive. You're not too mad if you're Tracer. The Juno ult does come out from Warwick.
Rene falling awfully low, could potentially go down to Keydog, and there it will be. Sergeant still alive. I don't know how, they've just ignored him. Eventually will go down. Shuvi finding the kills.
But Oxford only need to take it back for a split second to be able to take it.
Indeed, they only need one fight now. However, Warwick does have the advantage. They do have them ultimates.
Yeah, but nothing too impactful. Obviously, the DPS ults that they have available, the Pulse Bomb can find one, but he needs to be very careful who he puts it on. If it's anyone other than Juno, or maybe Brig, if he finds the right angle, it won't kill them out and out. But as long as they have time to build ults.
The Rene caught out in nowhere. Like,
he was so low.
Yeah, very split there was Rene, and will be punished for it. The Pulse Bomb is used from Energy, but I don't think it was needed. Andreas cleaning up now.
Oxford will fall, and they probably won't get another chance to get back at this point. Warwick, again, manages to claw back these points, slowly making their way up to 84%. Oxford will probably get one more chance for this first point.
They need to contest it. They need to get on point.
The Doomfist finding the way in the backline onto the Brig and Juno.
A very, very good punch. The Cassidy not going to find much. Meanwhile,
Doomfist low.
Doomfist is really, really low.
Pulse comes out.
Stick. Sergeant not giving up this point. Excellent play on the Tracer. What a delicious stick.
That finds the Tracer for Energy, and Warwick are crumbling. The towers are... Oh! He's back in!
Can Andreas live?
But no! He doesn't find the point as Oxford Omnics managed to claw back. And I have to say, only the Rally and the Pulse Bomb being used, they now have the ult advantage coming into this second point, flashpoint. And if you look at the side of Warwick, they only really have their support ults up. And they're probably their best ults, but on their own, they're not going to be able to do much. They need to use them to set up and keep their team alive.
I mean, well played from Oxford there. I mean, Sergeant, what a Pulse Bomb, so worth.
The recall does get used early into this fight.
Both Juno rings being used.
Rally comes out. Berry falls off the map.
How on earth?
How's he done that? As Warwick take this first point, and if you see, Oxford actually committed, but the Brig Rally and the Juno ult.
I'm speechless.
Sorry,
what are we witnessing?
I apologize. I don't know if he had Brig Rally up. I think it was the Juno and the Arisa ults. But that falling off the map on Brig just downs your healing, and there's not what is ideal. These Tracers battling each other again. The recall comes out from Warwick.
Good stun onto the opposing Tracer. Will be healed to
Pulse Bomb misses the dash out.
A very, very, very good bash from the Keydog there on the Brigitte. Good Pulse Bomb. Beautiful stick. Ooh, oh, nearly off the map. Was very, but no one's contested this Juno. She's just flying around, just yeeting torpedoes into the backline.
78% for the side of Warwick. They're going to take this point fairly comfortably, I think. And you have to say, they didn't ever seem to crumble there.
Very, very solid. I mean, a perfect point, I would say. And then on to the third flashpoint.
Obviously, at best of 3, you need to win these points to take this map. And if you're Oxford here, if you lose this map, it's back to square one.
It is.
The lead you had is gone. And if you're the side of Warwick, you have to play this as, okay, once we get this, it's like the game started again.
Yeah. They've just got to lock in now, Oxford Omnics, just to remain calm. Their nerves might be a little bit shaken. Finn, really low. Matt Murray will commit, but will go down. An excellent ult from Rene. Rene does pay for it though. However, Sergeant does find it, but Andreas still alive on this Doom, 4 HP. Will go down to Sergeant, and Energy will be picked up by Big Bog, and I think definitely a worth resort there. They had to kill Matt Mercer. No, Matt Murray even, not Matt Mercer.
Don't kill Matt Mercer.
Don't kill Matt Mercer, kill Matt Murray. But excellent play, I mean.
This pulse could be massive from Sergeant. He's looking for it. On this sideline, the rally is available for Warwick. Both rallies come up. The Juno is available for the side of Oxford. The pulse almost actually counts the break there.
But the break steps forward and will be absolutely CC'd into a corner. Flashbang and punch being used along with a break bash. I mean, she just
The Juno
dies.
was committed and they still fall. That break falling that early again loses them this point. They do have 76%, so there's a possibility that they can claw it back like they did the first point. But not many ultimates available for either side.
I believe the Juno ult is crucial here for the side of Warwick Angels. One Juno ult could win them this fight. It's a very strong ultimate. And there it is, being used.
The damage
Huge torpedoes.
They are going to back up.
They are just going to try and kite it. Is Oxford Omnics.
They still have time. Now they know. Okay, the Juno ult's gone. We can go in.
Andreas falling really low. Does manage to live.
The Tracer is following the Brig, half HP.
The High Noon is available for Matt Murray. It's sticking very closely to the Brigitte to try and get some peel from that Arisa stun.
The catch from the pulse bomb onto the shield.
Sensational. Absolutely sensational from Keydog. Absolute cinema from Keydog there. What a shield. Now both teams still alive. Brig Bash is used. Andreas in deep, very far.
The Elisarol comes out, finds the Keydog.
From Rene, finds Keydog.
They don't manage to flip.
Used. Rene cleaning up now.
They flip point, and I don't think Warwick are going to be able to get back here.
I don't think they are either. I mean, they've staggered the cast. And there it is.
90%. Can this Doomfist get back in time?
We are seeing the Genji swap from
It's
NAJ.
not going to happen. Oxford take 2-1 into this Flashpoint map, and they only need one.
Flashpoint Palace.
It's so close now. It is such a close series. Both teams performing at their highest level.
Every point is on like a knife's edge. You can't tell which way it's going to go, and it's almost like these maps should have been decided by a coin flip, to be honest.
I mean, it's both teams are just it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And that's what we expected from the University Esports Winter finalists. Like,
Exactly.
They've taken their time to get here, winning game after game. You want the best performance of your series to be in the final, and it does seem that way.
The Doomfist ult is used, won't find much, but Matt Murray will find Sergeant. Now they're probably just going to wait it out here, Oxford. Not going to get too much space, but...
They don't want to fight a 4v5 here, but they're not going to be given the time. Warwick
Andreas. Oh my days.
Warwick saying, oh, you want to sit up there and wait? Nah, we'll come to you. We'll come to you. You don't want to fight, we do.
It just shows you the power of an enhanced Doomfist punch. It was crazy damage is what was dealt there.
Not a lot of ults online for either team. Obviously, we have the Pulse Bomb coming up for the side of Oxford. The Rally and the
Juno Ray coming up soon.
The Juno Ray can just counter basically everything. It's that powerful. Genji Blade 80%. I want to see another highlight moment from Energy. As Oxford, the Rally comes out, the stun onto the Doomfist.
Really large amounts of damage out there by the Juno Ray. Both High Noons being pulled. Will find Matt Murray thanks to the follow-up from Rene.
And you see
Energy really low in the backline will go down. and they do have a chance here to recontest and flip the point.
You see here, Rene again just pestering the Juno and the Brig away from the Doomfist and the Genji. So they can't, they have to leave or die. There's no way they can, they can't go past the Orisa. They have to wait for their team to come to them. And in that time, your players like Big Bog can just wipe them off the cards.
It's so close. I mean, 99% here for Warwick Angels. All they need to do is try and flip it, but Sergeant just not letting them. The Orisa Rock going in now with the early Juno.
Well, the Blade doesn't find the Juno, but Big Bog finds Matt Murray. The Blade finds another
NJ
one.
does find two. The Dry Blade finding so much value here for the side of Warwick Angels. They will now walk on to point, trying to reflip it. Meanwhile, NJ does manage to clean up Sergeant in the backline. And there it will be. Warwick Angels claiming this 4th flashpoint. We are going down to the last flashpoint.
And NJ, this Genji is just, whenever he has Blade, he is so dangerous that you cannot leave him alive. You need to focus this Genji. When you're not sure if he has Blade or not, take him out of the picture. You got to get rid of him.
It's certainly a very, very, very close map. I mean,
Big Bog does get taken out early.
True, that is a massive stagger for Oxford Omnics. But to be fair, this could be good. It gives them time just to play slow, because they need to force out some of Warwick's ultimates here if they want to just walk onto point. They need to force out that Doomfist ultimate, and they're close to Ray as well. Warwick Angels. Ray is such a strong ultimate.
Orisa comes out, finds nobody. It just gets them off point.
But it is really low. The Genji just being an absolute...
No healing. No healing from the side of Oxford.
Like I said, the Genji just being an absolute nuisance in the backline. Just taking all the attention away from... taking the support's attentions away from Rene.
A little bit of miscommunication from the side of Oxford there, with Rene going in and committing her ult for nobody, and then having to fall back to point, and there being no healing there for her.
I mean, Andreas did find 4 in that fight, just able to clean up. The stun is used and his punch is used. He's awfully low, unable to find that last thing from the Cassidy.
We're going to see a Juno come out here. And that
could be a big high noon. Oh, what a stun!
Punch.
Andreas, once again, with the empowered punch, landing it. Just manages to stun the Cassidy out of his ultimate and follows up to find 3 kills in that fight. Sensational play. Andreas really showing why they are that Doomfist king. Why they are one of the, if not one of the best Doomfists in not only the UK, but in Europe. They are certainly a talented player, and they're certainly showing it.
88%. Oxford need to commit to this point. The rally comes out.
The Dry Blade comes out, and there it is.
Look at the ultimate.
Will find 2. Warwick come in every ult.
They're trying to backtrack, but is alone. It's going to be brought down shortly. The recoil comes back. There's not much that can be
Misses
done.
the punch, but...
And Warwick.
That will be it. Warwick
taking map 4.
2-2 as we stand. Sensational.
And Warwick making this comeback from 2-0 down to now 2-2 up. And Andreas showing us the power of that Doomfist on this map. We're going to see a play of the game here from the side of Warwick and Andreas. And this punch, this is a double kill early into that fight there. And they just can't handle that dive pressure. Oxford getting so split up, like in that first map, where they got separated, and that Doomfist can just make up that distance and just be like, no, you're fighting me now. And
I believe it's just so much pressure for like the supports. They've got the Genji, they've got the Tracer, and now they have the Doomfist. It's inconceivable as a support to try and do anything else, because there's no peel from the tank. If Rene's so far forward, like we'll see shortly in a minute, it's... what can you do?
We will go into the replays from that last map here, and we'll see the power of that Doomfist. And obviously the Genji. There was, again, a very close map, as Oxford did
They started really
They
well.
started so well, taking 2 points, but Warwick being able to just come back. They seem like the comeback merchants this series. After we thought this was going to be a fairly out-and-out thrashing for Warwick, but Oxford holding their own. Obviously now we're going into 2-2. If you're Oxford, you're going to be a little bit disappointed. Your lead has now crumbled away, and it's basically gone back to being even Stevens. It's 2-2. You may as well have not played the last couple maps, but the mentality that Warwick must have is just incredible. And we're seeing here these Tracer plays just being incredible. Energy coming into their own in this map. Following up on Andreas's just out-and-out aggression.
I mean, I think the overall plays, I think
That block.
that was insane.
That block
That is insane.
incredible. Running the bridge shield.
Brig tech. It's actually Brig tech. People say Doom tech, you know, is really hard. I would say Brig tech is harder. That is insane what I just witnessed there.
Saving the Cassidy from imminent death. And this Genji Blade again, showing the power that even without a nano,
Even without the Juno ult as
Without
well,
the Juno
dry
ult.
blade
Just-
is getting so much value. Except for Juno, she's such a weak target. But this Genji just a farm.
another dry blade.
Sensational play all around.
And we will go into another map at some point shortly. Obviously, an amazing series so far. Having 2 maps go either way is insane.
We've been sport for choice, I think.
We have been spoilt for choice. Every player on every team coming into their own in some capacity, and it's just incredible.
It's truly. I'm shaking. I'm that excited. I want the next map soon as possible. It's such a good series, so entertaining, and I think at the end of the day, both teams can certainly take something from whatever the result is. They perform really well.
Yep, and we will see which map is up next.
Wait, I believe we might be going to a break instead.
Oh, I'm too eager. I'm too eager.
Same here, but I believe we will go into a break now. Thank you very much.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. Obviously, I was eager to get back into the games before the break, but we will be going into the break shortly. Very interesting game so far as we get to see what map we're going on to next.
Indeed, the score currently stands at 2-2, and the next map, Shambali. Now, Shambali is obviously one of the newer maps, and it's a very, very tough challenge to play, I think.
And it's a Warwick pick, and after the back-to-back win that they've had, you have to favour them going into their own map pick. And I think the mentality-wise, they're at their highest point now. They've won 2 in a row. They've made a comeback. Let's not drop this now. That's probably what they're thinking. However, Oxford, mentality-wise, you have to look for those leaders to bring you back up. As now you're at evens, you kind of have to start working your way back to winning this. As we'll load into the game fairly shortly. What's your predictions for how this map's going to go?
It's too tight to call, but I think Warwick might just take it. I think the high ground with the Doomfist just suits them a little bit better.
Well, they have the momentum going into this one as well. Obviously, like we said, winning the last 2 maps, that momentum is a massive thing in these long series. And you know what's better than momentum in long series is? Intel. Click the banner below or type !Intel to visit the Amazon Intel gaming store.
And once again, game without compromise.
Never compromise when it comes to your PCs.
I never had one.
Now we are seeing the Doomfist, Rene Arisa once again. I mean, certainly it's probably going to play this way. However, we are seeing the Ashe. Now the Ashe is a good change.
The Ashe is a good change on the side of the Warwick Angels. Obviously, they played it early into this series, and Matt Murray did show a very convincing gameplay on it, being able to hit those heads. And this Cassidy is not going to find as much distance. Obviously, the Ashe fall-off damage is way less than the Cassidy, and that Dynamite can just pressure her out, especially in Orisa, because that Golden doesn't actually block it. It does the same amount of damage. And a big target on the head of Orisa as well, and there's actually just peppering.
Now the thing is, there's no real dive apart from the Tracer on the side of Oxford Omnics. That Tracer has to be man-marking Matt Murray, because look at the damage they're dealing.
Taking the high ground there. However, Doomfist can get up there.
Big punch, won't find much. Will find another empowered. The Dynamite is there. They are awfully low. Able to just stay alive with this empowered punch. I mean, Andreas has to look for a massive punch here.
So Orisa is going to be hard to push out.
Big bug on the Cassidy.
Down.
Will find the opening pick of this fight. Now, what are we going to do here? Rene's made a lot of space, and they will back off. They have to back off.
If you look at the ult charge, this Tracer already has Pulse Bomb, and the Oxford Omnics already have Juno ult, whereas Warwick are only at 50%.
Oh! Matt Murray on the flank.
Oh, finding one. Picking up, Andres picking up the last one there. Tracer recall. Genji going to find them. Matt Murray finding the next.
I mean, like we said, on Busan, they were able to get that off angle, and look what happened.
And obviously with the Genji to back it up, you don't even need to kill them necessarily. No. You can hit a headshot and the Genji can do the rest. And Andreas being able to just stay alive for so long with that empowered punch. And the pressure that provides. Oh, we're going to see a back angle here.
A very nice punch.
Oh, and the Dynamite
as well.
The impure amount of damage. We're going to see the Kiriko come out for the side of Warwick, and that just allows this Doomfist to get out of that fight, get out of danger.
Just look at where Matt Murray is positioned. On this high ground, just uncontested.
He just does live here. Genji no dash or deflect. And if you look at ults now, like I said before, we have Bob-Up, we have Blade, we have
Juno Ray.
And all Oxford have is they have a Cassidy ult coming up. They're at 95%, and that Orisa ult.
Oh, NJ not giving Sergeant any anything on that Tracer.
Well, does trade it out onto Shuvi though.
The Ash Bomb is used. Could be a really big result here. The Susan
Cleanse.
is used. And that won't find much.
Bob does find 2.
Bob, Matt Murray's Bob, managing to find 2 there. NJ cleaning up, finding the Juno. Arisa's still alive here. Won't do much.
Deflect. He walks off the map. The Genji did actually deflect that javelin.
It was
by the way.
insane.
That Bob, Blizzard took 6v6 out of the game, and Matt Murray doesn't get it. Bring it back, he says. Bringing Bob back in to basically make it 6v5.
Yeah.
Bob did pick up 2 or 3 kills in that fight, and we're going to see the Doomfist go in onto the backline as the Orisa leaves his backline alone.
Not going to find much with the port, but the Juno blade is used.
Rally does
Is
come out.
Arisa not taking any damage? Awfully though. There is a trade. Big Bob does find Shuvi. Now it's time for Oxford to finally make some space on this point.
Cart there, 5 seconds on the clock.
But the deflection's there from Warren.
He's just going to fall.
But will fall, sadly.
You're going to see the break stay point here. Doomfist maybe trying to just get out and live. Plenty of time to regroup and fight again. They're not anywhere close to the final point yet. They still have to get around the corner. Sarissa pushing up, leaving this back line.
Rennie pushed up so far. Forces Finn to use the Juno Ray. Not going to find much from it. Meanwhile, Andreas does find Big Bog. Andreas again finding another. Manages to block the pulse bomb. Still alive here. Could be a huge Arisa ult.
Charges all the way, doesn't find anyone. Low HP. Rennie just running Finn and
Just
Sergeant back.
still alive on point. This Arisa is not dying.
But not getting any kills either.
The Kisona, no, the Kiss, oh my god, Kiri Cleanse is used. Finn managing to find a kill.
They step off this cart for even
Barry.
half a second. It's over.
Finding a kill. They need to stay on this target. Both supports keeping it alive.
They managed to push it through.
They managed to push it through. Excellent play by Finn and Barry on the support. Staying alive and finding picks. I don't know how they did it on such low HP, but both of them.
It's the fact that
Immaculate.
Andreas couldn't dive onto that backline because he needed to stay on the cart. And if you're going to get into a battle where you have to stand next to Orisa, the Orisa's not moving.
No. I think I kind of prefer the Kiri here for the side of Oxford Omnics. I mean, I know they swapped it to contest, but I would stick with it only because the cleanse into that Ash Dynamite is so worth, and also it's able to TP away. You know, it's reducing the amount of dive characters.
We are seeing Andreas fall as this Orisa does find the deflected pulse bomb.
Deflected pulse bomb. Oh my god.
Doesn't find anyone, but is a waste of an ult for the side.
Meanwhile, Sergeant does find Matt Murray. Juno Ray is used for Oxford here, but they do force a lot of ults
Nice
for
from Andreas.
Warwick.
Oxford falling.
I believe that's 2 unnecessary ults there from Warwick. It's Ray gone and Kisone Rush gone. They are left, of course, with nearly 3 ultimates, but...
And if you look at the side of Oxford, they don't have anything. They have the Casino Rush close at 90% now, but if you're Warwick, you have that blade coming up. Yes, you don't have any support ults, which could be the difference in this fight, but with that bulb, that extra just damage output that the bulb can provide. And here it comes into the back line. Obviously the Orisa is split. Andreas pushing them back into the line of the bulb.
Matt Murray finding even more value on this Ash. He needs to be contested, finding another. I would like to see, there it is. I know that it's ball for the stall, but I would like to see the ball just able to dive that Ash a little bit more. Just put her under much pressure,
15 seconds to get on cart and push it. They did get it half of the way. This is an incredibly hard map for attack, especially this point where you have to go so far in the line of fire to be able to push this point. Ball does come through, doesn't find much on the roll.
Use the shield. The blade is there. Not going to find much. High Noon is used. Will find Berry. Matt Murray still alive. Finding a headshot onto Sergeant. Excellent play. The ball's still stalling.
It's not going to last for long as the Dynamite comes out just to clean up, and the Juno's not going to go anywhere. And
Warwick, they've locked in now.
Warwick have locked in.
They are a titan when they're on the ball, and they are on it now. I mean, Matt Murray on that Ashe. What a performance, by the way. Like, just uncontested, of course, which is partly down, I would say, you know, Oxford, they need to make some composition changes here. They need to contest Matt Murray.
Cannot get past. Yeah, they might be able to push through, but by the time that you've used your javelin spin to close that distance.
But no, I must say, it's excellent play from Warwick on that first round. I mean, Matt Murray, uncontested.
Yeah, and it's using the Orisa to close that distance with a javelin spin. By the time that you get past the rest of the team, the Ashe can just coach gun away and separate that distance, and then you have to just sit there and take the damage. There's nothing you can do. We're going to see Energy come out on the Widow here to get an early pick, and it could be very impactful if he finds the Juno or the Cassidy. That could be so dangerous, and obviously it's going to be easier with the Ashe. If a Dynamite lands and a Widow shot lands, it's over.
Yeah. I would love to see a cheeky Widow headshot from Spawn. We haven't seen much Widow in this series. Let's see.
Can he find one? No one showing for the side of Oxford. Smart play. The Widow shot doesn't land onto the Orisa. Not the target that they're looking for.
Not going to find much. I mean, Oxford, they're playing these angles so well.
Oh, and Keydog finds the Tracer in the background.
Oh my god. A sensational play. Keydog on the Kiriko.
Doomfist comes on top, gets hindered out, has to be forced out.
Matt Murray follows up again, finding Finn with the headshot. And again, Matt Murray, an unstoppable force on Warwick Angels. And Keydog as well, cleaning up there. Sensational
Warwick
play.
Just got this momentum we were talking about to begin with is carrying through, and this is actually the first time we're going to see an echo from the side of either of these teams. Warwick using this echo to just, against the ball, actually a very good pick. Those stickies could do a lot of damage, and you can charge ultimate very quickly.
Bursting down that overhealth or shield alongside the armor that Ball already has.
Matt Murray in danger, but the Suzu comes out. Chasing a recall.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Matt Murray lands the headshot onto the Tracer and followed up by Energy.
You can see Warwick here, they're using this momentum to just carry them through, and it's a bloodbath for the side of Oxford, not being able to get their footing here. And you have to question the decision to switch over to the ball from the Orisa in this situation, because the Orisa was working. You were staying alive for way longer, and you're not getting much done on the side of Oxford with this ball. The Doomfist actually really good into ball, can knock you out of your swing. And we look at the ultimates coming into what could be one of the last fights of the game, coming up to this corner. Warwick with the copy up, the Suzu up, Bob almost there. Basically everything on the table. The Suzu comes out, the Zuni Rush for Warwick comes out also.
Spearing used as well. Ball just trying to just crawl around on point, but will be mowed down by Matt Murray's Bob.
And I think this is closing the game out with 4 minutes to spare, as Oxford not being able to get touch on point. The Tracer is there, gets the stick onto the Echo, but he gets Suzu'd off.
What a cleanse by
the Echo copy onto
Keydog
the
there. Sensational performance on this.
The ball does come through to just stall with those mines. They're going to get cleared up. A couple of Suzus there for the side of Warwick with the Echo copy Kiriko. Still stalling, but it's gonna be for naught as Warwick Angels
have clawed it back. 3-2 out of nowhere.
And you have to admit, that was probably their best game in this series. And Matt Murray's Ashe was incredible this game.
Absolute cinema is what I can say.
Absolute cinema.
I mean, the headshot just following up on the damage, like the Dynamites were so free, I mean, they've got to solve this. Oxford, they have to solve this now.
It's make or break for them now.
It is. It's now or never.
It's 3-2 in the series. It's match point for the side of Warwick, and Oxford need to dig deep. They've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And this is a dangerous position to be in, but some teams thrive under pressure, and maybe that Oxford are one of them, as we will go into some replays from that last game, and these are the key moments that made the difference
Absolutely.
in this tie.
I would love to see some Matt Murray in there, because...
Matt Murray will definitely be in there somewhere, as we see Big Bog first, getting the first pick of the game, and here we have it, Matt Murray.
Matt Murray, oh, it's so clean. Headshot after headshot. I mean, the Dynamites were just... They got so much value. I mean, even into a Curry where you think, oh, the Suzu could come out here.
And
It's...
Andreas showing his, again,
Yeah.
why that Doomfist is so powerful. Managing to find so much damage in a group of people coming out a doorway before the fight even starts. Obviously, we have to give credit to Big Bog in that one as well, trying to claw back what he could from the fights.
They fought this really well, to be fair. I mean, Oxford, they're a little bit, like, they're slowing down almost, like, when they get that first pick. They're just letting Warwick just come onto them and just dive them and just poke them, and they need to just take control of the game. They need that map control back, and they need to just need that momentum swing back.
And I think it is going into another map where we're going into Ilias.
Ilias, yeah.
And obviously, Oxford have already won a control point.
Yeah.
And Ilias, quite a good map for the Orisa. So we'll have a look at the maps now. Obviously, this is an Oxford pick as well.
Yeah.
If you're going to win any map,
It's got to be
stay
right.
in the game. It's got to be this one. And if you're on the side of Warwick, the pressure is on, obviously, because you don't want to go to a map 7.
No, you don't. And you want to get back in the game. You want to just change that momentum, because it's right now, it's so far down the mental.
Like I said, this is one of the better maps for the Orisa. Obviously, there's the world famous pit that you can be pushed into, and we will go into game now, and we'll see what they come out on. I do expect to see an Orisa. We'll start off on Ruins as well. And what you don't want to ruin is your reputation with Intel. Click the banner below or type !Intel to visit the Amazon Intel gaming store.
And once again, game without compromise.
Stay close to me and I'll keep you.
So what are you thinking on the comps?
So on these comps, the Widowmaker is a decent pick on Ruins, obviously. We will see a ball instead of the Orisa on the Ruins, probably a good shout. You can get onto that high ground. This Widow is going to have a difficult time at dealing with that ball. And he will get to point first, so obviously that's a good point. We're going to see if a Widow gets a pick early in here. Trying to look for that Kiriko.
I mean, just trying to poke down so far. I mean, the Doomfist, just trying to look, see who can dive on. I mean, the ball has to go on the Widow here.
Ball going onto the Widow. Doesn't actually find it. But you want to just pressure them out. As the slam comes through, the peel does come out from
Matt Murray,
Keydog, but
able to stay alive. The healing is so good. Meanwhile, Big Bog does find Keydog in the meantime. The Widow thus far uncontested by Rene. Oh, the Tracer there is there. Sensational play. Just able to live there. I don't know how Matt Murray lives in these situations. The peel is so good.
the peel is so good. Obviously, you've got the brig stood somewhat close, and the maneuverability of the Juno can just cause so many issues when you're having to dive someone. And Andreas does find both the supports for the side of Oxford fall. They do have points, so this fight going on for as long as possible is in
Just
their
a stall,
favour.
yeah.
But only 30% for the first push isn't a great deal. And Warwick are going to try and settle in on this first point here.
I mean, they just need to try and, obviously, you know, the Ash once again from Matt Murray to swap off the Widow onto Matt Murray's favorite Ash. Nice, a good boot, not really going to find the pile driver.
Pulse comes out.
Huge stick from Sergeant, does find Key Dog. Really good play,
Dynamite
but
onto
the
the
dynamite
Kiriko,
there.
the Suzu being forced out. Juno 1 HP.
The Juno can't peek. But there we go, Big Bug will find Matt Murray. The Juno will go down in the meantime. NJ does find Big Bug. Andreas also finding Finn. It's awfully close on point here. I mean, the minefield is
Storm
used.
is still there, and Oxford don't manage to settle in, even after all of that. And Warwick keep the point.
I mean, it's a good fight for Warwick because Oxford have committed ults. They committed Pulse, which is a very decent ultimate, and Minefield as well, which is such a good zoning ultimate. They've been used, and they only have High Noon and maybe both support ults if they can get them. But Andreas, the Demon King, oh my goodness, sensational on this Doomfist.
Look at the ults available. Obviously, Oxford have the Big Dogs, High Noon, and the Juno Ray.
There it is again, finding up.
If you look at Warwick, they're coming up on everything. Both support abs ult, Pulse Bomb, and the Bob will come out very quickly. Matt Murray is getting that thing at the speed of knots.
Yeah.
90% though, Oxford are going to have to commit everything to this fight to stay in.
They do have to indeed. I mean, High Noon, well, basically 4 ults for 4 ults. Obviously, Warwick are going to fight their absolute lives for this point.
They need touch point.
They need to touch. They do manage to touch.
That was a very close one.
But Matt Murray,
alive. Ball is
is used.
Minefield almost up and available for the side of Oxford.
Not going to find it, I don't believe. Because he just gets zoned out.
And the first map goes to Warwick.
I mean, however, this is not over for Oxford. Because don't forget, this is how the exact scoreline went in the first map of the series.
It was, however, Warwick have won 3 maps in a row.
True. But this is the time where they can lock in. I believe in Oxford Omnics, the underdogs. I believe they can fight deep down and just pull this back. They played so well thus far.
We have to remember, this is the University Esports Winter Final. You have to leave everything out there now. You can't hold anything back. You have to, if you're Oxford, this is make or break. You lose this, it's over.
The time is now for Oxford Omnics. It's their last shot to stay in this tournament.
This high ground comes up from Big Bob. Andreas finding that back line. Both teams basically just leaving
that back line's very exposed.
Their back line's open. Spore is going to try and find a slam. Gets caught on the railing. Tracer does.
There it is, a nice slam.
Andreas does find a kill on Big Bog in the back. At the meantime, though.
But there's so much appeal for this.
Ooh, both supports are low.
They need to stay in that room, but also need to care the dynamite. It will be a lot of damage coming from that. It is currently 4v4 as we stand. 2 players come back from respawn. Can they isolate this Brigitte? She's really low. No, they cannot. There's just not enough damage coming from the ball as there is from this Doom.
The key dog is the ability to stay alive in and around this Ashe is just incredible. Obviously, you have Shuvi there to support you, but you need to proc that Inspire, and that ball is allowing that. Big Bog takes down Andreas.
The Phantom Hammer does find Big Bog. Rene needs to stay alive in order to make this a 5v4, which they do very well. They've took the high ground. Can they find the Junior? Yes, they can. Rene finally finding a bit of damage, landing it onto Shuvi. Probably gonna look for another
Slam comes
nice pile driver.
Doesn't hit the Ashe, however, and if you hit the Brig with that, you're not getting anything from it. You need to land on that Ashe. The Bob available onto point.
Will be poked out. Big Bob locking in on the Cassidy. Good play, does manage to find Matt Murray.
Ball gets taken low by the Bob just to pressure the point and get the cap down. 53% on the side of Oxford. Now gets flipped for Warwick. But if you're Warwick, your Ashe is down. The Brig rally does come out to keep your
Minefield is
alive.
used, however. Big
1v1 on point here with Key Dog trying to weather the storm on point from the ball, but he is low. The dynamite does come out, and
will have to retrieve the Mega Health back, and Big Bog does find Matt Murray in the meantime. The Juno Ray is used. Big Bog clean, not finding Keydog in the meantime. Andreas forced to pull the pin, which he will do, trying to find the kill onto Big Bog.
Ooh,
But there it is, the counter stun from the Brigitte.
Charges the punch.
Forces the Doofus up.
Doesn't land it in.
Off the point.
He's stalling the point, but for what cost? It's going to be flipped soon. Doomfist forced off, and it's going to be flipped back to the side of Oxford.
Oxford playing really well. Finally, just regaining their strength. They finally have some momentum going for them. Both supports used either side.
Oh, Berry gets taken out, and so does Finn.
The rally for the Juno ultimate probably not worth, but
Big Bug going to be taken down here by the Doomfist most likely.
that's fine. They are still stolen point.
Warwick Angels going to flip point. However, almost 80% for the side of Oxford here. Warwick going to have to double what they've currently got. And ultimate-wise,
they're pretty skint at the minute. They've got the Tracer ultimate, you know, pulse bomb, very good at landing a sticky, you know, a sticky bomb almost, like, you know, onto their opponent. I mean, I'd probably look for a sticky onto the.
both supports get taken out for the side of Oxford.
Oh my days!
And after that, your team has got crumbling.
This is not good because look who's starting to get ultimates now. Warwick in that fight. I was really close
Coming into
to 4 ultimates now.
Walking into that upper room by the balcony, Matt Murray and Andreas ready for that with the dynamite prepared to be thrown, and Matt Murray's punch just wiping them off the cards.
No, Matt Murray though is caught out in open space. They're falling really low. Big Box does find them.
Use minefield on the high ground to push him off.
Meanwhile, the Keydog wins the break 1v1 with the rally.
Doing 1 point low, the pulse comes out, doesn't find anyone.
Stuns the ball. And it's looking very dim for Oxford on mix.
They did flip point though, so they have a chance here, especially on ball on this map, to get back. But 94% for the side of Warwick. Something has to happen fast, and Matt Murray actually takes down Finn. Tracer gets the touch.
Does get punched. They did get the OT. Time's ticking away. It's now or never.
Ball is back on point. Andreas though finding both the DPS. Something special has to happen as it's looking a bit dire. Ball is gonna
Andreas
fall.
cleaning up.
Warwick Angels.
Warwick Angels looking to be.
And they take it.
They do. Warwick Angels, what a fantastic performance. Clawing it back. The ultimate comeback. From 2-0 down to bring it back to 4-2.
4 maps in a row. They gave us a little bit of scare to begin this series off, but Andreas, Matt Murray, but you have to give it up to the support players. Winning
Absolutely.
1v1s they really shouldn't have won in this last map. And Oxford crumbling under the pressure of the University Esports Winter Finals, doing their best, winning 2 maps to begin the series.
I mean, credit to Oxford. They've played really well. They caught us all off guard. I mean, let's just take some of the... Have a look at the replays.
Let's have a look at some of the replays for that map, as it mostly will be on the side of Warwick.
I mean, they played really well. Andreas on this Doomfist.
It's so powerful.
Locked in from the moment they swapped onto this Doomfist. They didn't start on it, obviously, in the first map, but...
You have to give credit to Shuvi.
Absolutely.
It's doing so much damage. You cannot leave this Juno just to pepper you like that.
It has to be closed down. It has to be, just shut down. It's sensational play. Absolutely fantastic.
And Energy on this Tracer and the Genji in the other games, just the sheer amount of communication and cohesion that he has with Andreas on the Doomfist is if you see one of them, there's both of them.
Absolutely. It's a constant backdoor check-in. You have to make sure, if you know where one is, you need to make sure where the other one is, otherwise they will just tear your whole team apart.
So, Warwick are your winners of the University Esports Winter Finals, sponsored by Intel, obviously. Credit to them, they came out swinging in this one, and they won again.
They've won again.
They've won again.
How do they do it? They are the titans of university, just university esports as a whole, I would say.
For Overwatch, yeah, especially.
I mean, if you're an OWCS team, there are some prodigies here. There are some young talent that needs to be taken a hold of because they are fantastic.
They are fantastic. And credit to Oxford for giving them a run for their money, taking 2 maps off them fairly convincingly in the first two maps of the series, but losing out later in. It's been an incredible series.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, we've been blessed.
We've been blessed for this one. We really have. Obviously, we missed out on that last map. It would have been nice to go to
The final
the
map.
final map in this final. But 4-2 is
It's a good score.
a good scoreline. It was a close series, and we will see replays as we close off this one. It's been a pleasure casting with you today. I've been Elliot, or otherwise known as the Berg.
I've been Ollie Verde. Thank you so much. Goodbye.